Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Kari and today I'm doing a book review on Kendar Blake. So I realize she's an author, but there's no title for this series yet that I'm aware of. We're going with the author therefore. Anyway, the series is 3 Dark Crowns and 1 Dark Throne by Kendar Blake. These books are about 3 queens who have to kill off the other 2 in order to be the queen of this mystical island they live on. It's a fantastical series because each of the 3 queens has a different power. When I say they each have a different power, I mean some sort of almost elemental power. One of them has the power to control the elements, literally, so fire, water, wind, earth, that kind of thing. The other one is a poisoner, and the third one has the ability to... she's a naturalist, so there's kind of an animal control element. It's weird and not well explained, but that's not the point. So these books in general, I gave a 3.5 overall. I liked some of the characters, but the world seemed sometimes overexposed and sometimes underexposed, and that just kind of drove me nuts. To start, in 3 Dark Crowns, we have the 3 queens, and we start to see them before Beltane, which is apparently when they can start killing each other, and they have a year to kill each other off. Last one standing wins. This book seemed, as I've said before, just overexposed, because you get to know all 3 of them, which is great. I love getting to know my characters, but there's really no plot in this. Honestly, they don't start to kill each other in the first book, really at all, until maybe the last couple of chapters. So the fact that the synopsis basically says they have to kill each other off is misleading to me, and it drove me nuts. Also, there's an almost romance in this book that also I'm not a huge fan of. I didn't like it. I don't know what to tell you. But then we get to the second book, 1 Dark Throne, and this one was better. I gave this one a 4 out of 5 as opposed to the 3 out of 5 for the first one. We actually get to see them start trying to kill each other off, and we see Catherine become this somewhat sadistic woman. But considering what happened to her in the first book, I suppose that's not really too far of a stretch. The ending of this one seemed like a cop-out to me. Without spoiling it, that's all I can really say, but it just felt weak and honestly uncalled for. There should have been more of an effort made. I did, however, like Arsinoe in this book. Arsinoe is my favorite, one because her name is one of the sisters of Cleopatra who Cleopatra ended up killing because her sisters both tried to take the throne before her, and both of them ended up very, very dead, and then Cleopatra took the throne and married her brother, and then Caesar, and then Antony, but that's not the point. Point is, I liked her name, and so I sort of had a bias going into these books liking her, and then throughout this one, she seems to become stronger and more sure of herself, which I really enjoyed watching that character development. There are definitely some better friendships with this one, with Arsinoe. Catherine just seems isolated, and I don't know why anybody would like her, but that's just my take on this. Like I said, I'm biased toward Arsinoe. So this one had a lot more action in it, which I liked, but overall these books just felt a little bit slow, and I definitely think they are overhyped. When I say underexposed, as I did at the beginning of this video, what I mean is that there's parts of the world that weren't explained really at all, despite the fact that it seems like the world is being completely built in one book in this without any real action. I did like the multiple points of view in this one and the pattern of it. I liked that, but the fact that they don't explain why there's a mystical mist around the island and how it got to that point, and why people are coming from the mainland, and why you can't really go to the mainland if you're a queen, none of that is ever explained. Which honestly bothers me, because you can't just tell me the queens can't ever leave the island until after they've had triplets because of this mist. I mean, the mist is never explained. I'm hoping that in the next book, or, well, theoretically the series continues, I'm hoping that then more of this will be explained, but that's what I mean by underexposed. This just seemed like it built up parts of the world that didn't necessarily need building up, and it didn't need to be an exposition for the rest of it, but it didn't tell me the parts of the world that actually mattered, if that makes sense. So that's my review of Ken Dar's Blake Three Dark Crowns series. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button down below. As always, I will link my Goodreads down below. If you've read these books, let me know what you think of them, or if you want to read them. I'm always curious what other people think about books. Until my next video, bye!